It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, it's a Friday. We have made it to the end of yet another week, and we deserve to have a good time with some music today. So for this Masterpiece Friday, I am going back to music from Styx, which hasn't happened for over 2 years, so we're due, and I'm really excited to get to Fooling Yourself today, and I'm happy that you're along for the ride. So only twice before we've featured music from this band on the channel. Episode 436 was Renegade, and episode 451 was Father OSA. And both of those reactions were from 2022. So it's been more than 2 years since we've heard Styx on the channel. And as I was making my way through my big list of potential titles to feature on the channel, I came across Fooling Yourself, and I just had to fit it in. So today's the day, and it's going to be a fun one. Of course, y'all, I have heard this one, but I have never really paid attention to it, and I know that I've never given it a critical listen, so I'm eager to do that with y'all today. This is the second song from their album The Grand Illusion, which was their 7th studio album, and this album proved to be quite lucky for Styx. Not only was it their 7th album, but it was released on the 7th day of the 7th month of 1977. So they had all of that numerology working for them, and it paid off. The album has been certified multi-times platinum and is one of their biggest releases of the band's career. Fooling Yourself was written by Tommy Shaw, who is the band's guitarist and co-lead vocalist. And Tommy has said that he was inspired to write this song by Dennis DeYoung, actually, who is the band's other co-lead vocalist and keyboardist. And Tommy thought that Dennis was a sort of angry young man, which is where this phrase comes from. And Dennis would often show pessimism whether the group was having a run of success or a run of not so much success. So either way, he was always reacting pessimistically, and Tommy wrote this as sort of an encouragement for Dennis. But over the years, Tommy would come to see himself in the lyrics as well, and so this has given him a more personal connection to the song as the years have gone on. I'm really looking forward to this, y'all. We're going to go with the original studio recording, and then I have a live performance of this that you're going to want to stick around to. We're going to listen to it twice, 2 different versions. But first, we got to go back to the source, friends. This is going to be the original studio recording. We've got Tommy Shaw on lead vocals and acoustic lead guitar. James Young is on electric guitar and backing vocals. Dennis DeYoung is on keyboards and backing vocals. Chuck Panozzo is on the bass, and John Panozzo is on the drums. Let's get it, y'all. This is going to be Fooling Yourself from Styx. Here we go. Okay. Sol, fa, mi, re. Just right up the scale, in D. Just a nice big opening intro that spans the root to the 5th. Just opens it right up. Goes to the 4. Ah! 4 over 5. The A's and the bass. Kind of a suspended chord. So we settle into 4/4. And on this D, we're fitting in flat 7, flat 6, flat 7, flat 6, flat 7, major 1. Don't be so angry all the time. He's saying, your future looks quite bright to me. Best shot and don't blow it. Talk about encouragement. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 5, 6, 7. This section, how about that? Solo in 7, how about that? And we're getting ready to come back in. It's flat 6, flat 7, major 1. Down to flat 7, flat 6, so the same riff works over all 3 of those chords. Nice. 6. So we're back into 6. This thing changes meter way more than I remember it, and way more than I expected. It's such a concise and just well-built song. It could go on, y'all. There could be more verses and we could hear another chorus, but that's all they give us. And it ends up being enough. I mean, it's a classic song. Even I have heard it and remembered more of it than I realized that I would remember. Y'all, I gotta recenter my headphones here. So it really is this optimistic argument against pessimism, right? All of these perceived roadblocks that can stand in the way of a person's path, either don't actually exist or they're not so overwhelming. You can overcome them. Just be dedicated, do some work, and rise above. You know. So it hits me as a bit of not only optimism but encouragement to go out and make it happen. You know, carpe diem, that sort of stuff, right? So, okay, when I was talking with Megan about my idea to program this song for this particular day. She said, well, don't forget, you've got to include the version that Tommy did with the youth orchestra, the live version that Tommy did with the youth orchestra. And I had actually forgotten about seeing this several years ago, so I looked it up, and this is what we're going to listen to, y'all. It's actually really cool. Back in 2016, Tommy Shaw performed a concert with the Cleveland-based Contemporary Youth Orchestra, and along with these 80-plus young people on stage in the orchestra and in their choir, they performed with, principal conductor Liza Grossman and their musical director Will Ivankovich. Them and Tommy performed many of the big hits from the Styx catalog. And I haven't seen the whole thing. I think I've only seen clips of this one, but I'd be very interested in watching all of this. And I can't wait to see it again with all of you. I think they're going to be in the same key, but we're going to get an orchestral arrangement with Tommy playing and singing instead of with the band. And I've got to hear this, y'all. So let's get to it. Here is Fooling Yourself, the Angry Young Man, live with an orchestra. Off we go. There they are. Yeah, same key. Look at them go. There it is, the brass, some flutes. Looks like they've got their bowings all together. Good for them. It's a lovely looking hall, too. Little extended intro. There's that suspended 5 chord. Awesome.
Relax. Take it easy.
Relax, take it easy. That's what Dennis DeYoung said at the very beginning of the studio version.
You see the world through your cynical life.
Still sounds
You're a
great.
troubled young man, I can tell. You got it all in the palm of your hands wet with sweat. Your head
Flat 6,
needs a rest.
flat 7.
You're fooling yourself if you don't believe it. You're kidding yourself if you don't believe it. Why must you be such an angry young man when your future looks quite bright to me? Now
Man, as a
can there
music
be
educator, I
such a
love
cynic
seeing stuff like this,
plan
y'all.
that could hide such a laugh, such a
Some trills up there. There's the choir. Suspended chords up there.
Get back on your feet. You're the one they can beat, and you know it. Yeah, come on. Let's see what you got. Just take your best shot and don't go away.
Shaker. I should get out my shaker. Seven. So this is that 7/4 section, and instead of a keyboard, we got some some string solos. Violin, now a cello. Okay, the retransition. People are enjoying themselves. There's a flat 7. There's a flat 6. It's really well orchestrated. Pays great homage to the original. Back to our same young person here. Taking the place of the keyboard and the synths. So while you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have bop, 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 bop. Some syncopated stuff. Isn't it cool? I mean, come on. I don't know who did the arrangement there, but they did a darn good job, don't you think? It's really like a direct arrangement. It really pays homage to the original. Same form. I think they extended the opening a bit with a repeat, but once they got into the song, it felt exactly like the one we heard from the original studio recording, right? The same meter changes, the same spots for solos, the same changes. They kept pretty much everything. I didn't miss the trap set all that much. The percussion section, the orchestra did a pretty good job. I've seen sometimes when we're adapting, prog rock or classic rock or rock music in general, to an orchestra, we end up including a trap set, which isn't normally part of an orchestra. But sometimes those appear. And this one didn't, but they gave a lot of nice stuff to the snare player. The timpanist was doing some really cool stuff. They had some shakers and some tambourines, and they had some of those percussive sounds that helped keep the song really going. And let's give it up for our soloist there. I thought he did a darn good job. So the main thing that I want, that I'm thinking, the main thing let me try that again. The main thing that I am thinking as I went back and watched this is just how much I love music education. I love being a teacher. I say classical composer reacts to yada, 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 right? But I'm really more of a teacher at heart. I love the classroom. I love explaining a concept and seeing when a student has that light bulb moment go off and their eyes get wide and like, I got it. And then they start thinking about how they can incorporate it into whatever they're doing. I live for that stuff, y'all. And, I think you can tell in my videos, I really like trying to explain how things work. And, You know, I'm not in the classroom anymore, but this is my virtual classroom, and I think it's pretty fun. But I'm just thinking on the importance of music education, especially for young people, for a developing person. I came up as a sports person. I wasn't involved in music as a kid. And I learned a lot of great things through sports, work ethic, camaraderie, playing fair, how to win, how to lose, all of that stuff, right? But when I got into music, it opened up several other aspects of my personality, of my ability to create something, and the ability to experience something. You still get that work ethic from having to practice. You still get personal responsibility because you got to play your part right. You know, some of these woodwind players, they're the only ones on their part. And if they miss it, then it's just not there. You know, you learn how to work within a larger group. You learn agility just to be able to play your instrument. But you also get to experience something creative. You're making something. In a live performance, it's the only take, you know. So whatever is happening in that moment is what ends up happening, and you just have to let go and let the music and your training take over, and try not to get too much in your head. There's a lot of application for many other aspects of a person's life that these sorts of ideas can help with and help prepare us for. You can develop empathy. You're working together with many other people and people who play different instruments. You're having to learn how to make everything come together. You're on time. You're accountable. You're responsible, but you're also free to be yourself and join within this larger group and have this intangible experience of making great music and great memories with your peers, as well as with people who are much older. You know, these young people, I'm sure Tommy Shaw treated them with the same respect and expectation that he would with his band members, and they come through because that's what they do, that's what they're trained to do, and that's what they're aspiring to do. So when they're treated like that, they're like, yeah, this is us, we're going to play this tune or do this concert. It's a shared human and artistic experience that can't be replaced by anything that would happen in a classroom. And it's just it's so important. It was important for me as I matured and grew older, and I've seen how just being involved in the art of music in any way can really benefit, especially a young person. It's just wonderful to see a group like this exist. I've seen many youth choirs and youth orchestras and all different types of youth activities over the years, but these choirs and orchestras and youth bands, they're just magical, friends. When you see these kids coming together, they're all still learning their instruments, but they're also learning how to put everything together and present a performance. And that was wonderful, wasn't it? It really was. And it's a great song. Fooling Yourself, The Angry Young Man. The words are just really straightforward, and I think just a great bit of songwriting. Tommy writes, "You see the world through your cynical eyes. You're a troubled man, I can tell. You've got it all in the palm of your hand, but your hand's wet with sweat and your head needs a rest. And you're fooling yourself if you don't believe it." Okay? "Why must you be such an angry young man when your future looks quite bright to me? And how can there be such a sinister plan that could hide such a lamb, such a caring young man? You're fooling yourself if you don't believe it. Get up, get back on your feet. You're the only one they cannot beat, and you know it. So come on, let's see what you've got. Take your best shot and don't blow it. Carpe diem, damn it." You know, get out and do it. Get out and do it, man. Don't take no for an answer. Don't take what somebody else says if they tell you you can't do it. Just do it, man, and show them what you got. Take your best shot and don't blow it, and you'll be fine. You know, it's just a wonderful bit of encouragement, I think, that could come back to us if we ended up hearing this song. If we're down in the dumps and they're like, "Come on, you got it." You know, Tommy's there going, "You can do it." Tommy's in our camp, rooting for us, you know, and it's that type of song that can go with us and be of help in that way, isn't it? That's why I think it's a masterpiece. And even though I never really listened to it critically, I had heard it many times, and I remembered more of it than I thought I would. And the one thing that surprised me is I didn't realize just how complicated the meters were in this. They were in 6/8, they were in 4/4, they were in 7, and I may have missed a couple of others where they just did a couple of hiccups here and there. But it's really an intricate little song, isn't it? And I think it was performed quite well by the youth orchestra with Tommy, and the original recording stands on its own, right? I mean, millions and millions of people who have bought this record and who have loved it for a lot of years. I'm sure they're not wrong, and I agree with them. It's a great piece. Fooling Yourself, the Angry Young Man from Styx. Thank you, Tommy, for writing such a great song and for appearing with the kids like that. And I'm sure it was fun for Tommy to do that. I'm sure it was a singular experience for those kids as well. And it's just a fun time to enjoy this music with all of you as we finish out the week here on the Daily Doug. We got more next week. You also don't go anywhere, but that is all for me today and this week. And I thank you for being with me. We'll see you next time on another edition of the Daily Doug.
It's the Daily Doug. Welcome to the Daily Doug. The Daily